What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Godzilla vs Kong video. We will be focusing today on just where were the other Titans and what really went down in the Hollow Earth. One of the most interesting parts of the Monsterverse for me was the drip feed of lore throughout this franchise, and naturally the idea of learning about the origin of Godzilla and Kong's beef was something I really wanted to see. Now, I loved the movie, but we did agree on my Discord channel that there could be so much more. Hey, lore is the reason why I started this channel, because I haven't really got any friends to talk to about this in real life, so here I am. So what happened to the Titans and Kong's habitat? As we last heard, the Titans were heading to Skull Island. After King of the Monsters and Ghidorah being defeated, the Titans became a force for good, fixing the world's climate. However, as of 2024, they haven't been seen for 3 years. Naturally, we expected to see Titans either side of Kong or Godzilla. However, admittedly, it would be a bit too similar to the last movie, which was Titans Civil War. But where are they, and why haven't they been seen for 3 years? Well, the opening credits, which are usually lore files, have some clues as we see the history of Monarch and humans learning of Titans, but we see shots of different Titans and their files saying defeated. We know that Godzilla needs to keep these Titans in check every now and then, except it does seem odd, and personally, I like to think that they have been defeated due to the meddling of Apex, as the forgettable moustache-twirling owner of Apex and movie's villain said ever since Godzilla, he has been working on Mecha Godzilla, and considering they did have an orca, I would imagine that they've been engineering it so that Godzilla goes around fighting his subjects, which, to be honest, is a movie I really want to see. We know that Skull Island's whole ecosystem is collapsing due to the storms that protect the island that started to attack the island, causing the death of the Iwi tribe, leaving just one girl alive, and Monarch making a biodome around Kong, except he's growing far too big. I'd imagine that the Titans also possibly fell victim to this in some part. While it's not explicitly explained how these storms happened, as the storms have surrounded the island seemingly forever, perhaps it is some residual effect of Ghidorah's storms that he created. However, the novelization of Godzilla vs Kong gives us a bit of an insight, possibly, into what actually happened to the Titans, as it explains that the Titans themselves went into hiding and some into hibernation, which would explain their disappearance and makes reference to Godzilla mandated bedtime, so that they must be sleeping, which is, to be honest, a complete and utter shame. However, if the lack of Titans and the Iwi getting poochied was disappointing, then arguably the biggest disappointment for me personally was the complete and utter lack of Hollow Earth lore, which many of us were hoping we would see the Hollow Earth not only in depth, but we would see at least one battle here. And to be honest, the third act would have made a bit more sense if it happened down here in the Hollow Earth, with Godzilla being teased for another movie. Now, while the Hollow Earth looked stunning in 4K, with the portal and Kong's sprint to his ancestral home complete with warbats and throne, damn it, hook that lore into my veins. Now, in King of the Monsters, we saw a human temple dedicated to Titans where Godzilla retreated to, except now in the Hollow Earth, we see almost no evidence of humans living in the Hollow Earth. However, we do know that humans inhabited this freaky center of the Earth at one point, as in the ancient Godzilla vs Kong cave paintings, we're seeing them fight, but we also see some humans watching these people in the cave paintings. So where did they go? Where did Kong's siblings go? And why did the Kongs leave this whole Hollow Earth in the first place? Because it seems to me that this is the best place for Titans to live. We know that Godzilla and the rest of the Titans did actually manage to go through the Hollow Earth and around the world, but we never saw too much of what happened in there. And I was personally hoping for some sort of flashback. It's evident to me that humans built the temple that Kong goes to and is surrounded by source energy. As can you imagine a Kong with a concrete mixer? Now that I really need to see. Now, if you remember, this actual energy is integral to all of the Titans. It is a sort of Titan power source, and it was used to power the Mechagodzilla and turbocharge the Ghidorah skull, which means that thing actually took over. Yes, it took over Mechagodzilla, which is an interesting thing and shows that Ghidorah is not done. I thought that was a really clever way to bring that character back. But the battle with the Titans and Kong's relatives, in my eyes, is actually a battle for that source. It's a thing that is integral, like I said, to all the Titans, so naturally Godzilla would want to control it and probably be furious that a temple was erected around this incredibly important power source. Now, of course, there are many different religions in the world. There are countless, of course. So if these humans actually worshipped these people like a god, or these Titans, then it stands to reason that rival tribes would actually worship rival Titans. Now, we saw Kong pull the axe out of what looks like the bird-bat hybrids that were kept at the top of this temple and attacked the Apex workers. And it seems like these things actually overrun the temple in the Hollow Earth. And that with Kong's family's absence, they were then exiled, presumably to Skull Island. Of course, we know that they did actually go to Skull Island, and that there they lived but had a war with the Skull Crawlers, and until then, our boy Kong has been trying to stop them leaving until Apex came along and took some eggs. But what we've seen so far is we know that this source is all powerful. It's similarly what looked like, at least to me, at the centre of the Hollow Earth. So then this battle between Godzilla and these people, or the Kongs, would naturally be centered around that. And at some point, they managed to fashion an axe made out of a dorsal fin. So I do think that these humans were able to actually take and create this thing, but they were gone. So perhaps they died in the battle as some kind of collateral damage, perhaps. But unfortunately, this video means I need to go on assumptions and educated kind of guesses based on what we saw in this movie and what has preceded this. But let me know what you think down in the comments. What do you think happened? And I'd love to know if you want more videos on the whole of Godzilla vs. Kong. I will be doing a deleted scenes video possibly on Tuesday as well. So there's a lot to talk about in that. I was going to combine them, but I don't like combining video topics. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe with notifications on to never miss a video. And I'll be back with the next video of Godzilla vs. Kong's deleted scenes, as we've had apparently almost an hour taken away from us. Wow. Release the GVK cut. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.